Okay, so I'm gonna share a story with you, and this is my truth, period. And I'm just gonna speak brutally honestly. For the people that do know me, they know that I'm just upfront as I possibly can be in the first place. and and it's probably gonna be one of the most messed up stories that you possibly have heard. Okay. Um. So I am currently 32 years old. I was born in the early 90s. I'm a Scorpio, if that helps. So I can give you a ballpark of when my birthday is if you're into astrology or horoscopes. I met this guy. We'll call him Jay, okay? So I met Jay off of a chat line. This is when I used to live in Massachusetts, okay? And I met Jay when I was 17 years old. Me and Jay were friends with benefits. And at the time, I just thought, it was just going to be a fling. For people that do know the lingo, a fling is like something that's just only temporary. You mess around maybe once or twice, and then you never see each other again, and that's it. Okay? That's what I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't. Um, I met him when I was 17. I got pregnant when I was 18. Gave birth when I was 19. Okay? Keeping up? All right. Um, I went through my whole pregnancy by myself with support from my family, and that's my brothers and my mom, and sometimes my sister. And Jay ended up going to jail before I even found out I was pregnant. I was 2 months pregnant when I found out that I was. And um, we were only messing around for that time period when I got pregnant. We was only in a relationship for 2 months and I got pregnant. Yeah. So when I found out, they told me I was um 6 weeks. They were like, "Oh, you're gonna." They was like, "Oh, you're going on 2 months pregnant," and I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me." They was like, "No, we're sure." Then but before that, I was in a relationship with somebody else. We broke it off. It was mutual. We stayed friends for a while. He even thought that he possibly could be the dad because we was in a relationship for quite some time before we broke it off. We did a DNA test. He wasn't the father. He did stick around for a while. He even bought my child clothes. And I, hope that he's happy now and that he has the life that he wants. I do. Um, so what? So yeah, Jay was in jail. Yeah, Jay was in jail for an entire year. He was supposed to spend his entire life in jail. I told him I was pregnant. He cried on the phone, saying, don't get an abortion and don't give the child up for an adoption. But yet, here we are years later. Hasn't really paid child support in I don't know how many years. Child support has been inconsistent and it's a very low amount of money. But that's the least of my worries right now, honestly. So after he got out of jail, I tried to give him a chance to be in our child's life. And at this time, this is my first child. This is my son, my oldest, okay? And in my mind, I wanted my child to have both parents, period. I wanted to be in a relationship with my child's father, and I wanted to successfully have. And it didn't that didn't happen that way. So he was on jail, don't get an abortion and don't give the child up for adoption. I want to see my kid. At least see pictures and talk to you and get to know the child. And I'm like, all right. So I'm not expecting him to get out of jail because he's supposed to do a life sentence, right? Nope. Gets out in 1 year. I try to give him a shot to being a father. All he does is be abusive, emotionally, physically, and verbally. To me, to my child, he torments my family. My family. And then after I got him out my house, so we got into a big fight. I kicked him out. He stalked me. I got a restraining order on Jay, and he violated over 100 times. Over 100 times. I kept a book next to my bed. Every time that he would call me, I would write it down. I'd write the day, the time, if he left a voicemail, if he texts me, everything. And then I'd bring it up that he's not supposed to contact me at all. He's not supposed to come within 100 feet of me, our child, any of my family members. And he's not supposed to call me. So, yeah. So the story continues. Our child is now not that many years off of being 16 years old, okay? I end up moving to Georgia. And even here, he still cyber stalks me. Like, I stopped using social media because of this man. Because he wouldn't leave me alone. I literally have screenshots of messages of him telling me, oh, after my relationship, I've been engaged a couple of times. And you know what frustrates me the most too? Is that he even told me that, don't let him catch me in a dark alley by myself or anywhere dark because he would kill me. And I said, why? Because I won't let you abuse me? because you thought I was going to be a sucker and let you abuse me and let you keep me away from my own family. Because you thought that because you're a narcissist that I will let you isolate me and keep me away from my family, the people that love me.